What's going on, everybody? Sivs or Alex here. As you may recognize based on the intro of this video, my voice may sound a little better. And that's because I finally got a worthwhile microphone. So now I don't have to record these videos on my laptop microphone, and now you can actually have pretty good quality. So expect better quality if you've been watching all these videos the past 2 or 3 weeks or month or whatever. Yeah, big things on the way. So today I'm talking about something I saw a lot in college. Um, I see a lot of it in my friends, definitely. And I just see a lot of it everywhere, honestly. I see people thinking their life is over after college and thinking that they're gonna have the best years are behind them. So today we're talking about peaking in college. So if you don't know what peaking in college is, that's pretty much the idea of people thinking that the best years of their lives are behind them because the best years of their lives happened in college. They had the most fun, the most freedom, and just the prime time of their life. So today I'm gonna try to help you out of avoiding this feeling and just trying to help you, anybody post grad who's kind of feeling this way. So here we go. So before we kind of even get into the college part, we kind of have to understand more about peaking in life in general, or at a certain time in your life. So what does peaking kind of mean? So peaking, like if somebody peaks or thinks they have peaked, it kind of means that this person has kind of accepted that the best time of their life has passed by already, right? They think that the prime days are gone and they've already peaked, and they think they can't really get that time back and make their life as good as it once was back then. Um, so, what do we kind of make of all this? And what I've kind of concluded from that is you can't like you can't really accept your situation. So you need to kind of realize that you have a problem and you need to do something about your situation because you don't like it. So acceptance is or recognizing that you don't want to accept your life for what it is step number 1. So now that you've realized that you don't want to be in the position that you're in and you fully accepted that you're ready to change, you're finally ready to turn your life around and finally get back to the peaks of your life, right? So let's look at the part where you peaked in life, or you think you peaked in life. And for most people, it's college. So in college, you were doing a lot of things, surrounded by a lot of people. So really, it's kind of simple what we have to do. We kind of just have to replicate what we were doing in college, right? And in college, you were probably doing a lot of things, meeting a lot of people, having a lot of hobbies and interests. So that's step 1. Step 1 is doing more stuff. You need to get out there and do more stuff just like you once did. Or if you do more things now, or you do a lot of things now, um, then you need to do even more things. So obviously, at this point in your life, after college, you probably can't do the same things that you once did in college, right? So when I say replicate, I don't exactly mean do the exact things you did in college and you'll be exactly as happy as you once were, because that doesn't work, because honestly that's just not realistic at all, because everybody grows from college even within a year or 6 months, I think. So if you do the things that you did while in college, they're probably not going to make you happy. So don't, when I say replicate, don't do the exact things you did in college, because you probably aren't going to like those by now. So what do I kind of mean when I say replicate the things you did in college? So let me explain more. So back in college, when you were going 18, 19, 20, whenever, there was probably a certain element of mystery to college as a whole, right? There's this big world and there was all these things you can do, but um, you didn't have much information about them and you're kind of just going along, just exploring things, and there'd be a certain element of mystery to everything, and everything was kind of new and awesome. Um, at least it was to me. I had this kind of feeling of mystery, which was really cool and really refreshing when I came to college. Um, so what we want to do is we kind of want to mimic this element of mystery to our lives, and we do that by setting a lot of goals and doing a lot of things that we are unfamiliar with. Because when you're doing things you're unfamiliar with, there's always going to be a sense of mystery because you don't know what you're doing completely. And there's always going to be, with the goal setting too, there's always going to be a win within a small win within a goal, right? So when you stack up more small wins, um, you kind of become more familiar with things that you're learning about, and then you kind of get closer to the mystery, and then that's when things kind of start to get exciting with whatever you're doing. So let me give you an example to kind of help you understand what I just said. So, for example, someone wants to learn how to do a backflip, right? So the mystery in that would be, how can I replicate the motion? How can I get my body to replicate that motion of flipping? So, for example, like a small win, you might jump and you might rotate halfway and land on your back, but the day before, you landed completely on your face instead of your back. So you won there, right? You turned more into the backflip to fully complete it. And then as the more and more you get closer and closer to fully flipping, you're going to feel even better about how far you've come and kind of the progress you've made. Because when you start to stack these small wins with whatever goal you're doing, it makes you start to really feel good about yourself. And then from there, it's kind of just like an addiction. You just want to keep trying to make yourself feel better and better with whatever hobby you have, right? So you want to keep getting better and better at said hobby. And then eventually you get bored of that hobby and then you move on to something new. And then the cycle of growth just keeps on growing. And I know it sounds like kind of repetitive and boring, but there's so much to do in this world and so many different things to explore, look into. There's not enough time at all to really get or fully immerse yourself in the beauty of our world. Like, there's so many things to do in our world that I wish I had the time to really deep dive in and really make a hobby for myself. But unfortunately, the time just isn't there with the way our world is set up. So there is so much to do on this world that you probably don't even realize, that you really may enjoy. So just do a lot of different things, honestly. So let's kind of talk about what we learned and kind of reflect. So, one, you got to accept that you haven't peaked yet, right? And you might be in a bad time of your life right now, but that doesn't mean that you've peaked already and that you can change your peak. You can always be happier and always find new heights and new limits. Two, in order to do that, you have to do as many things as you did in college or even more. So, what do these things kind of look like? Hobbies, 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 hobbies. Do hobbies. Make goals within the hobbies. If you get bored of a hobby after doing it for a while, don't do it. Don't force yourself. Don't wait until it gets fun. Do it for a little bit. If it's boring, don't do it, Don't force yourself to do something. If it feels natural while you're doing it, while you're achieving your goals within your hobby, then do it. Do it. Be happy. Go all the way with it. Make it a career if you can. But don't the biggest thing peakers do really is they just can't grow. So don't think that you're just at a fixed point in your life and that you won't grow even if you work really hard to, because there's so many examples of people growing and changing their lives. So kind of ask yourself, why can't you too? You know what I mean? So think about it, but regardless, take my advice, don't take my advice. I hope you all have a great rest of your Monday. It is March 30th. Beautiful day where I am. Hopefully it's beautiful where you guys are. And I will see you guys next time. See you guys later. Goodbye.